are you doing here?
You know exactly why I'm here.
Oh, I tried to warn you. You wouldn't listen to me, though.
I want to see him.
What?
I'm trying to keep the media out of this. He hasn't been charged with anything yet. Come on, give us a break. Let me talk to him.
Look, I don't know.
It could make a big difference.
All right. Look, this is not procedure, okay? But the DA's been called to court to testify, so you make it quick or it's my tail, you understand?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. It's all right, let him in.
There's nobody in there. I've already looked. Then leave it open. Now listen, Brent. They are not letting up. And I mean things are coming apart at the seams here. It's totally out of control.
Slow down, slow down.
You are not the one they are questioning. You are not the one whose life is on the line here.
Kyle?
Listen, don't you understand that they have got somebody who thinks they saw me there on the night of the murder? They didn't see me, Brent. They saw you.
Will you be
They
quiet?
saw you in my sweater. What do you expect me to do? Sit here and take the rap?
Kyle, you didn't do it. They can't prove anything. Everything they have is circumstantial at best.
They don't believe me. Oh, you have got to go to them. And you have got to tell them the truth.
You're panicking. Do you realize that?
If you don't tell them, I will. I'm not going through this alone, Brent. I didn't do anything.
Well, that's not exactly true, is it? Why don't you just try to calm down, okay? They're putting the pressure on you because they don't have a case. They're trying to crack you. But they don't realize how far superior you are to them. All you have to do is hold the line and we're home free. The worst is already over. Everything is going just as it should. Trust me. I'll take care of everything.
What's wrong? Brent, what is it?
They're trying to pin Libby's death on Kyle.
What are you doing?
What's the address of Kyle's condominium? You know, the one that he has out in Trancas? Come on, come on, come on.
We're not allowed to give that address out.
Claire, I don't have time to argue with you. Where's your private file?
Brent, I really don't think this is a good idea for you to be doing this.
Right there. Freeze, mister.
In the matter of the people versus Kyle Williams, are the people ready to proceed?
We are.
Call your first witness.
The people call Brent Moore to the stand. Mr. Moore, you're a close associate of Mr. Kyle Williams, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
How long have you known him?
Well, I started following his career when he entered the state senate, but I didn't join the campaign per se until about 2 years ago.
And you have a great deal of contact with the candidate?
Yes, I do. I consider Kyle Williams a personal friend, a friend that I'm proud to have.
Mr. Moore, when you found out that Libby Weeks had been killed, did you assume that Mr. Williams had killed her?
Absolutely not. The idea never crossed my mind.
When did you first suspect that Mr. Williams might be involved in the murder?
Well, it was the day that they had sent him down to police headquarters for questioning. I I talked to him right after that, and...
Talk to him and... Go on, Mr. Moore. You talked to Kyle Williams and...
They had been asking him questions all morning. He asked me to help him. He said I could virtually call the shots in Washington if I helped him now.
What did he ask you to do?
Destroy evidence.
What evidence?
Some credit card receipts that were in the desk in his office, and a sweater that he had hidden in his condo.
Mm-hmm. This is People's Exhibit B, which has been identified as Kyle Williams' sweater. It is spotted with Libby Weeks' blood. Is this the sweater you were referring to?
Yes, it is.
Now tell me, Mr. Moore, after Kyle Williams asked you to destroy this evidence, what did you do?
Kyle Williams was my friend. I had been working 24 hours a day with him for 2 years. I was convinced that our country needed people like him in Washington.
What did you do, Mr. Moore?
I did it. I went to his office. I got the receipts out of his desk. I got his address. I went to his condo.
Now, isn't that interesting? Got his address. You testified that you were close friends. You didn't know his address?
The condo was actually off limits. It was the only place that Mr. and Mrs. Williams could go to get away. They didn't give the address or the phone number out to anybody.
So Mr. Williams knew you didn't know the address of the condominium?
I guess so.
And he didn't tell you the address at the police station?
It was very intense at the police station. Please understand, he had just confessed to me that he had committed murder.
So you went to the condominium?
That's right.
And you broke in?
Yes?
And that's where you found the yellow sweater?
On the floor of the closet, just like he had told me.
Then, Mr. Moore?
Then I got caught on my way out. I guess I'm not that experienced at stealing things.
We'd like to place into evidence Prosecution Exhibit C, address card found in Mr. Moore's possession when he was apprehended on the grounds of the Trancas Bluffs condominiums. This is the address card, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And it says condo number 107.
Yes, it does.
And that's where you found the blood-stained sweater, right?
I have already testified that I found the sweater in Mr. Williams' condo.
Well, if Kyle Williams would keep such an incriminating piece of evidence, it would logically be found at one of three places. His office, his home, or his condo at the beach. And the condo at the beach would be the best hiding place. If he was so stupid as to keep this sweater.
Well, I suppose when people panic, they sometimes make fatal mistakes.
That's very true. "107.
Excuse me?
107. That's the number on the condo, right?
Yes, 107.
Oh, but that's impossible, Mr. Moore, because Kyle Williams' condominium is number 225.
What are you talking about? The card says 107.
We changed the card, Mr. Moore. We also moved Mr. Williams' personal belongings into an empty unit, Unit 107. So the only way you could have found the bloody yellow sweater in Unit 107 is if you put it there. You killed Libby Weeks, didn't you? And then you manipulated and blackmailed Kyle Williams into covering for you. And when it looked like everything was coming undone, you framed him for murder.
All right. But if you think I'm going to take the fall alone, forget it. He was an accessory.
Not quite right. When Mr. Williams was questioned at headquarters, he not only told us the whole story, he willingly helped us bring you to justice. For cooperating so fully, we have stipulated to a pleading of accessory after the fact, and he will be given a 6-month suspended sentence. The people move for a dismissal.
Jail, I'm sorry.